the window open, my bones do shake. I won't wait for you. It's the middle of the night, but the street lights keep me awake.
Hey y'all, it's Danielle G. Welcome back to my channel. So as you see from the title of this video, I'm going to go into detail about my nipple piercing experience. I got my nipples pierced November of 2019, so it's been about a year as of this video. Y'all want to see them?
Got him! Got him!
Y'all thought. So it's been about a year since this video is going up, and they're pretty much healed. Nipple piercings, they do take a lot of time to heal. You definitely have to make sure that you're taking care of them. Nipple piercings are a pretty high maintenance piercing. You definitely have to make sure that you are soaking them in salt water like the piercer will recommend, because you don't want to have them remain unhealed for a long time. That's a pretty sensitive area whenever you get it snagged. I've gotten it snagged so many times and it hurts like hell, especially the first time that you're going to have them. But then after a while, they'll pretty much heal, and just making sure you do what you need to do and then leave them alone. And they'll heal in about a year. I'd say mine are pretty much fully healed by now. I think I'm going to get new piercings, well, not new piercings, like new jewelry for them soon. I knew that I wanted to get my nipple piercings for a very long time before I got them, but I don't know, I was just too scared to do it. Some people will say like they didn't hurt, and then some people will say like, oh, it hurt really bad. But I knew I wanted them, so I went to this place back when I was still living in LA. It was called it was called Brown Pride Tattoo. Yeah, Brown Pride Tattoo. It's a little shop in LA, and their piercings there are pretty cheap. The nipple piercings were only $15 each for each nipple. I have both of my nipples pierced, so I got both of them, so it was only around 30 bucks. Usually if you go to most places, they'll charge like, it could be charged upwards of $100 for nipple piercings. I was really lucky to find that shop, and it was a pretty good shop. Like, we got pretty good reviews. It was pretty well known in the area. So don't just go to any place to get any type of piercing whatsoever. Piercings are definitely something that you want to have a good piercer, so that they will do the placement right. And having a good piercer just for health reasons, and also just to have the right jewelry and placement so that it'll heal properly, and then you'll be able to change out your jewelry in no time. It was like a week span. Like, I had some friends who wanted to get a belly piercing. I had a friend who wanted to get some of the, I don't know, the upper ear piercing. I forgot what it's called, the upper ear piercings. But all of us wanted to get pierced, and I was just like, you know what, I might as well go get it over with. I know I want this piercing. I'm just gonna suck it up, get it, boom, get it. So we go to the tattoo shop. Of course, when you go to any type of tattoo shop, they make you sign a little waiver or whatever. You have to bring your ID, make sure you're 18. I think I went there and I forgot my freaking ID at in my dorm, but luckily they were so nice. They were I had a picture of it on my phone, and they was like, okay, just let us see the picture, and then they did that. So definitely bring your ID, remember that, because most shops will actually not let you do a picture. I think they need to take like a photocopy of it, so they were really nice enough to do that for me. But make sure you have that. And if you've ever been to like any piercing or a tattoo shop, they'll be mean, but like they be, I don't know, they just be like a little snappy with you sometimes, especially people at the front desk. Don't let that scare you away. That's just how they are. I mean, it's a tattoo shop. It's not a place for you to be crying and being a baby about it. But they were really nice there. They let me show them the picture, and then they, got us to the piercer. I think my friend who, one of them wanted a belly piercing, she went first, because I was still trying to like talk myself into getting it. I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. It's only gonna hurt for like 2 seconds, and I'm gonna have my piercing, and it's gonna be all good. My friend who got her belly piercing, and I was up next. They did they didn't bring us to like a little room for it, which I didn't really mind. There weren't any people in the shop, I think, besides us and like the piercer. I think somebody was getting a tattoo in the back, so there weren't that many people. So we really just sat in. They sat me down in a chair. There's just little markings on my nipples, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. She did my left one first. Don't let this scare you, but it hurt like hell. I know, like personally, I have very sensitive nipples, so when I got mine pierced, it felt like somebody was trying to bite my nipple off. It was so bad. But it only hurt for like max 5 seconds because she did the piercing. She put the little bell in it and she screwed it on. It only hurt for like 5 seconds. And then I was like, oh my god, do I want to get the second one? Do I want to get the second one? But see, all my friends was there. You know, I didn't want to look like a little bitch in front of my friends. So I was like, okay, let's just go. And I had one of my friends, she like helped. She was like, did that hurt? And she held my hand. She was so sweet. She held my hand through me getting the second one done. And I remember as she was doing the second one, I squeezed her hand. I squeezed it so hard. I felt so bad, but it literally felt like somebody was trying to bite my nipple off. That was it for like the pain. And after I got them done, it was kind of like, they were like kind of throbbing a bit. I don't know, it wasn't painful, but it just felt like, I don't know, if you're in sports and like you go through like conditioning season, like your body is just like really sore those first couple of times. Like that's what my upper body felt like. It just felt like this like throb. It wasn't pain, it just felt like this throbbing sensation kind of. And it was like, oh, I gotta move. I guess it's like my nerves were just like getting used to like that, you know, what they just experienced. So I was just kind of like trying to move and like get some movement back in my upper body. Overall, it was fine. Like the pain of getting the piercing lasted about like 5 seconds, like during the piercing. Like it wasn't the worst pain in the world. It wasn't too bad. I have very sensitive nipples. Okay, so that's why. Because a lot of people will say like, oh, they didn't hurt at all. And I'm like, what? I guess if you are a person who doesn't have nipples that are that sensitive, it won't really hurt for you. It hurt for me. I'm not even gonna lie, for this video, it hurt. But it didn't even last that long. As far as like aftercare, I bought the little spray that came with it, and I used it pretty consistently until it ran out. And then once it ran out, that's when I kind of began slacking on my piercing aftercare. But I definitely like don't do that, because the more you keep up with aftercare, then the faster that your piercing will heal and you won't have to get it snagged. I snagged it a lot in my first time getting it, so I definitely recommend after you get your piercing done to wear maybe like a sports bra, even if you're going to bed, because like, you know, sports bras kind of like tuck it all in, and when you move at night you don't want to. Because I know when I first had it, and I would like, I'm a bad sleeper, so sometimes I would like move it and like, you see how kind of like my hand will like shift it, and then it will like catch onto it and like kind of move it, and I would wake up like, oh my god, that hurts so bad. So definitely when you first get it, definitely wear a sports bra or some type of like undershirt to bed to make sure that it's like, not moving when you move around in your sleep, if you're a bad sleeper like me. Or just sleep on your back. That's also a better way. I get sleep paralysis when I sleep on my back sometimes, so I try not to do that. But definitely recommend sleeping on your back when you first get your nipples pierced. As far as aftercare, you don't actually really need the spray. I would say what I would do when I was healing, I would take like, you know, like the little medicine cups they give you on like the medicine bottles, and I would just make sure you get kosher salt if you're gonna do your own DIY piercing spray, because you're not supposed to use like that table salt, you know, like the one that comes in like the shake bottle. Like go to the store and buy like actual pure sea salt. It comes with like, I know the one I have, I don't think I have it anymore, I think I ran out, but it comes like a little bag. It's actual pure sea salt. I think make sure you get that, because you're not supposed to use like that table salt. I don't know, it's like they do something to table salt that's not recommended for like piercing. You have to actually make sure you have like pure salt, and just mix that with like some clean water. I would just take like 2 medicine cups and just hold them over them while I was watching a show and do that. Try to do it every night, but at least like 3 or 4 times a week, and just do that. And once you get into the habit of doing it, then it becomes easier to remember to do. They say the healing time, it just depends on the person, but it could be anywhere from about 6 to 12 months. So it is a high maintenance piercing. It does have a long healing time, and also just because of how easy it can be to like snag it whenever you're putting on clothes or sleeping at night, that could also prolong the healing time. So the more careful you are about not snagging it and making sure it stays in place in the beginning, then that will be able to decrease the healing time. But overall, I really like them. Like, I'm really glad I got my piercing. I used to have my nose pierced. Yeah, it was on this side. I still have like a little, I don't know if you can see it. It's still a little bit, I don't know if you can see it. It's like right there. If you see that little bump right there, that's from my nose piercing I had, but it was irritating me. I sneeze a lot and I blow my nose a lot, and it was just really annoying trying to work around that. So I might get it again. I don't know. I think I want to get my septum pierced, but the thing about septum is like that's such an easy piercing to like fake, because I know if I get it pierced, I don't want like that bowl look. I want like the actual like ring. I don't know, but I definitely want to get more piercings like in the future. But yeah, overall, having a nipple piercing, the pain, like everyone is different. Some people will tell you that they felt no pain at all. I definitely felt pain, but even then it didn't last that long. It wasn't too big of a deal, and you know, once you get it, it's gonna be like, okay, I got it. And if you take care of it, you'll never have to get it re-pierced again. That's the main thing about taking care of it, because the last thing you want to do is to destroy it to the point where it's like, okay, I gotta get it re-pierced. And I definitely don't want to get it re-pierced. That's a one-time experience. I will take care of it enough so I don't have to do that again. But yeah, I'm really happy about the piercing. I definitely would recommend getting it. It looks so cute, especially when like the summertime when you wear like tops and they kind of like post out. If you're part of the itty bitty titty committee like I am, you can see it. They kind of like poke me out a little bit. So, does YouTube allow that? I hope they do. But I would highly recommend getting it. Don't psych yourself out about it. You just gotta do it and get it over with, and then you'll be done. So that's going to be all for this video. If you decide to get your nipples pierced after watching this, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.